Hello and welcome to the first ever, and I'm so happy to say this, Rush Duel Links video. It's finally here. We've waited a very long time for an official client in English that supports Rush Duels. And here we are. And we managed to hit King of Games with the deck that you see before you. We'll talk about it more in depth later on. But overall, first impressions from what I've played from the past like 2 days or so since the world released. It's pretty fun as I expected. The card pool is a little small. You can say there's not a lot of good back row around. And, surprise, surprise, Dragius is the best card ever. But we all saw it coming a mile away. I'm interested what they're doing with like the limit threes. I think the ban list structure they have and the way they're releasing cards is already shaping up to be a different format than what we experienced previously. Well, like with these cards in like KP1 or whatever, there's still obviously similarities, but depending on if they make card releases more frequent, or at least frequent enough where the game doesn't like become stale quickly, I think Rush Duel Links has a bright future ahead of it. So, why Yameruler Warriors? Well, mostly the fact that I only had 2 SRM, and I really wanted 3 SRM to play the full Dragon Caster package. But I had 3 Yameruler running around, so I figured, why not make a deck around it? The Floodgate effect is pretty strong right now. The only thing that really threatens it is Witch, Summon SRM, Summon Skull itself, if they have like a defense lowering effect. And I think the Dragon deck with like Dragon, Resonance, and Pressure can out it. But again, the thing you'll see most on ladders like Dragius aggro decks, and they usually don't have an out to Yameruler easily. So the game plan is pretty simple. You try to open Yameruler, you stall them out, and then when they either set everything and stuff like that, you summon your Yameruler and you're able to go 25 in the air directly and then clear some of their board. The 25 stat line is really important. I think that's like the biggest takeaway right now. 25 attack is important because it needs something extra to beat over. So like, Gitarna needs you to control another monster to out the Yameruler without crashing. SRM obviously clears it. Dragius has to crash. Stuff like that. As for the other cards in the deck, it's mainly the 15 beaters and some utility cards for like battle position manipulation and stat manipulation. The skill is Legend Draw, so you can use it in any character. I was thinking about the Warrior skill, but it locks you out of the 15 beaters. So I lean more towards this. So just to briefly explain the cards and their functions. Yameruler, the Floodgate. Rice Terrace, very clutch. I've had a lot of situations where the battle position change was really relevant. I'm glad I added this card in. Yameruler, also fantastic. Helped me close out games and pressure lethal very, very easily. I added 1 Gravity Press through the Climb. Also very clutch card. If you're under the Yameruler lock, you can out a Yameruler with Summon Skull and this. And Press just helps you be able to be aggressive and not take trades. You're just like clearing their monsters. Thunder the Thunder, the staple card right now of the format. Every deck that can run it will run it because it's just so good at helping you push through 25 stat line. And then we got Nandes, the Fire Awakener. This is a late edition, but I'm glad I added it because it helps you be aggressive with your Yameruler instead of just switching it sideways and not doing anything. You can actually attack with it. So I'm glad I added it. Summon Skull, the best legend because we only have 2, and 25, pretty relevant. The fact it's a Fiend since I'm not running any fiends, the soul trap card, where is it? Yeah, the Phantom Bind doesn't lower it at all. In fairness, not a lot of people are running Phantom Bind as you go higher up the ladder, but still notable to mention. And then all the 15 vanilla beaters, because everyone else is running vanilla beaters, so you just want to be able to clear them or just push damage. And then I'm only running 2 spells, no traps, because there's no good traps. 1 bowing, because again, it's another one of those cards that helps you be aggressive with the Yameruler. And it's just more ways to change the position. I didn't want to add too many of them, because I found that this deck, if you brick on too many spells here, you just fall behind too much against Dragius beats. So just keep it simple. And then the 1 Pierce, because again, you don't have double attacks. So you need some way to be aggressive against set 3s. And Pierce works really well for that regard. In fact, a lot of the games I've won, or at least applied a lot of pressure with Yameruler attacking directly and then piercing with the Yameruler. So overall, I think this deck is well positioned. It has a rough time against Dragon Caster because of Witch, but I think overall, if you just want to climb and you like Yameruler, I think this is the deck for you. Now we're gonna look at some replays just to see how the deck plays out, you know, what's like the general game plan. Alright, so let's look over a replay that I have that basically just shows you the exact game plan of the deck and how you want to play it. Just to give you an idea if you decide to take it on ladder yourself. So here we thankfully opened the turn 1 Yameruler with enough tributes. And now we can grace ourselves with the animation. It's so good. I really like what they've done with it. Hit them with the delay. They can't play. Pass it to them. They set 3. Our turn rolls around. Here we get to be aggressive with the Yameruler, which is always good. Hit them for 25. Bring them down even lower. They set 3 again. And here we drew the 3rd Yameruler, so they're even further behind. And now we get to delay them and attack directly with Yameruler. Very good. They drew their legend, but we have the Thunder to deal with the 25 stat line. Clear all the sets. They're forced to set 3 because they can't out the 25 stats, but we have the follow-up Yameruler for game. So that's basically how the deck works. You just wanna delay them with the Yameruler, force them to set, and then either pierce through their monsters or attack directly with Yameruler. Simple enough game plan. Works for the most part. Obviously, there's counters to it, as I mentioned in the deck profile. And that's the video. Just keeping it short. Showing you my deck that I used to get KoG. And some general thoughts. Expect more videos nearby if anything interests me that I want to make about. Hey, maybe when Mimi comes around in October, maybe I'll make videos on Aquas, because I think Aquas are cool. Catch y'all later on the next video.